Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is stars and solar system, we were talking about the stars, we were talking about the constellation. Talking about the constellation is what? That is group of stars when they arrange themselves in a pattern, or constellation is what, student? When a group of stars they combine together and they form a pattern, they give a shape, that is called as constellation. We have studied about Ursa Major, we have studied about Ursa Minor, studied about Orion and Cassiopeia. There are some of the bright stars are there which used to arrange themselves in such a way that it gives a shape, and that's why we can say it's what's a constellation only. Somewhere it is also a kind of a method by which we can get the location of the brightest star, like that of a Sirius, or we can get the location of the pole star, students. Now let us start with that of the solar system. Talking about the solar system, you know that the solar system, it includes the sun as well as it includes the planets. The sun, it is the star only, around which all the planets they used to revolve in their orbit. Okay, so starting with the sun. Although when we talk about the solar system includes sun also, it includes moon, it includes meteor, it includes even the comet or the dust particles, which is all the part of it. But main thing that we going to understand here is the sun and planet. Although meteor, comets, they used to play a very important role in the solar system. They also affect they affect the solar system. Now let us start with the first one, and that is the sun. Basically, sun is the what? It is the most prominent member of the solar system. It is the sun only which lies at the solar system, lies at the center of the solar system, and all the other planets, meteor, they used to revolve around it. When we see that what are the different material by which sun is made up of? So basically, sun is what? It is made up of a large volume of hot gases, and these gases are mainly hydrogen. Although the hydrogen get converted into helium gas also by nuclear reaction. And what happened when the hydrogen it get converted into helium by nuclear reaction? We know that whenever the nuclear reaction occur, it will produce a large amount of an energy. So the reaction which keeps on occurring in the sun, that is the conversion of the hydrogen to that of the helium, this will release enormous amount of energy, enormous amount of heat energy as well as light. And it is because of this only sun is what? It is the main source of heat and light. So we can write here the first point that sun is the volume of the sun is the volume of the sun is mainly hot gases, like hydrogen. This hydrogen hydrogen is converted into helium is converted to helium by nuclear reaction. Due to this reaction, a large amount of heat and light is produced. Which is the source of energy. Which is the source of energy. So basically, sun is what? It is made up of the hot gases like that of a hydrogen, and this hydrogen undergoes the changes. The hydrogen get converted to helium by nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction, it involves a good amount of energy which evolve in the form of heat and light, and this is that energy that we use. So now what about the diameter of the sun, student? So basically the sun is what? It has a diameter of a 14 into 10 the power 5 kilometer. So diameter of sun (14 into 10 the power 5 kilometer). That is the diameter of sun, and which is about 109 times to the size of the earth. (109 times to the diameter of the earth). Now, sun is the ultimate source of energy. Okay, basically we can say that this is the ultimate source of energy. It helps in producing the energy to all the that light and heat to all the other planets. So sun is what? Actually, when you look at it, you will find that it was born about 5 billion years ago. Until that, it is continuously radiating heat energy, or as well as the light energy, and it is believed that it will continue to release the heat and light for the next 5 billion of years. So a huge amount of a continuous nuclear reaction is taking place in the sun, which is responsible for releasing this large amount of heat and light. Okay, so this is that part of the solar system which is present at the center, or we can say which is the main part of the solar system, which is the ultimate source of energy. Student, it is because of with the sun only the formation of the other planet occur. So let us see what about the other planet. Planets. The planets. So planet is what? It is that large celestial body which basically revolve around that of the sun. Okay, so it is these all are what? They are close to the sun, and they used to follow an elliptical path. Planet, actually this term, it came from a Greek word, and that is that is called as planetary, and the meaning of the planetary is wanderer. So they used to revolve around that of the sun, that's why it is called as a planet. So we can say that it is what large celestial body which revolves around the sun. So large celestial body which revolves around the sun, that is called as the planet. Now let me tell you how the formation of the planet occurs, student. Basically it was the sun. I mean, it is believed that the formation of the planet occur at the formation of the sun only. When the sun formed, you know that it is formed with the hot gases. So some of the pieces of the sun, it will get thrown in the space itself, and these pieces, they get solidified and become a rock. Or we can say also that when they start floating and collide with each other, some of them, they combine together, and this combination will result into the planets. Okay, so that's why we can say that the formation of the planet occur at the formation of the sun only. Okay, so some of them, they collide together and they assemble together to form the planet, students. All the planets, when you look at it, you will find that they are having a specific position in the solar system. It is because of the gravitational pull of the sun to that of the earth makes it at a specific position in the solar system. There are 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These all are the 8 planets which revolve around the sun and whose formation occur through the sun itself. So, formation of planet occurs through sun, as the pieces gets solidified assemble together and form planets. They assemble together and they form planets. Generally, these planets are held to the sun, held in place due to the gravitational pull. Due to the gravitational pull of the sun. Okay, so planets, they are generally held in the solar system due to the gravitational pull of the sun. How many planets are there? Basically, there are 8 planets are there. So, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These all are the 8 planet, students. Okay. Now, each planet, they used to revolve around the sun, and that occur in an orbit. Okay. So, orbit is what? It is that definite path through which the planet revolves. All planets revolves around the sun through a definite path. Okay, all the planets, they revolve around the sun through a definite path called as orbit. That is called as orbit. Okay. Now there is a period of revolution, student, and a period of rotation. What is the period of revolution? The time taken by the planet to revolve around that of the sun, that is called as period of revolution. Period of rotation is the time taken by the planet to complete one rotation is called period of rotation. So every planet is having the period of rotation as well as period of revolution. So period of revolution is the time taken by the planet to complete one revolution is period of revolution. Okay, time taken by the planet to complete one revolution, that is called as period of revolution. And the period of revolution, obviously it will increases with the distance of the planet. As the distance of the planet increases, the period of the revolution will also increases. Because Mercury, it is close, so orbit is close to that of the sun, so it will take very less time to complete one revolution. If we talk about Jupiter or Saturn, they are far away from the sun, so they need more time to complete one revolution. So period of a revolution, it increases with increasing the distance between that of the planet and the sun. But the period of revolution is same, that is time taken by the planet to complete one revolution. The second one is period of rotation. Period of rotation. What is there in the period of rotation? The time taken by the planet to complete one rotation on its own axis, that is called as period of rotation. Actually, the meaning of the rotation is the same, that movement or the movement of the object on its own axis. When I said rotation, here the motion is in a circular motion. So we can say the rotating the object, if it is rotating on its own axis, that is called as the rotation. And the time taken by the planet to complete one rotation is the period of rotation. Is called as period of rotation is called as period of rotation.